Hey, my trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. I am sorry I'm so early. I forgot about our trick or treaters. I forgot. So I have to make sure I keep my promises. Thank you, Mama Bees. Okay, quick greetings. Okay. Hey, Miss J in progress. Hey, D Herford. Mama Bees. Um, Let's see. RT Slick says, especially to the healthcare providers, I have no knowledge on supplements or herbal remedies for symptoms whatsoever. Very frustrating. Woo. Okay. Well, let me tell y'all, in case you didn't catch where this kind of birthed from, was actually we were talking about something, and then we started talking about perimenopause, being menopausal, and all these things. And like a lot of us don't even understand or know the symptoms. And so I was like, you know what? Oh no, Winter came into the chat and she was talking about menopause. I think that might have been where it started. So I'm gonna show y'all what How I See a TV sent me. Let me get to it real fast. And I said, oh yeah. She was like, it's meant to be, basically. Hold on, let me pull it up. And then we'll get started. And I'm dropping the link pretty early after we go through this article because I have to stick to a strict timeline because of the trick-or-treaters coming. And we did do a whole outfit, we're doing Squid Game. So we're gonna have the whole Squid Game theme music playing. The lights are gonna turn red. We got the whole thing going. So I gotta make sure I keep my promises. Okay. Where is she at? Hold on, y'all. Let me find her. Okay, there she goes. Let me pull this thing up here. All right. Here it goes. Okay, if y'all can see your screen, it says she's having a hot flash and is literally sitting there steaming. Ladies are in the comments talking about how their hot flashes feel similar. And I don't know if y'all can see it. Hopefully it'll loop back. There's literal steam coming from her head. That is wild. I've never seen it displayed that way before. Okay, so we're gonna get into this article, and I'm dropping the link after that. And then if I don't have anyone come up, I got a couple of TikToks for y'all. So this is a website called Word in Black, and it's a groundbreaking collaboration of 10 legendary Black news publishers. And this is called Demystifying Menopause, What Black Women Need to Know. So it says hot flashes, weight gain, and night sweats are some of the most well-known and common symptoms of menopause. Oh, y'all can't see this. Are some of the most well-known and common symptoms of menopause. But common doesn't mean easy. For the more than 1 million women who experience menopause each year, the change, as it's called, can cause serious physical and mental health difficulties, which make it even more frustrating when you don't have accurate information about what's happening to your body. Indeed, for many Black women, beyond the idea that menopause happens once you no longer have a period, plenty is still unknown. Part of the unknown is the lack of research studies that focus on the different ways Black women experience menopause. Some studies date back to the early 2000s, and the severity of symptoms leaves Black women questioning what is happening to their bodies and if it's even related to menopause. Due to cultural taboos, our moms and aunties might not have shared their experiences. And given that research shows healthcare providers don't always take Black patients' concerns seriously, we may not necessarily get the help from the doctor. In a 25-year study on the menopausal transition of women, researchers found Black women were more likely to reach menopause 8.5 months earlier than white women and have worse symptoms like depression, untreated hypertension, and sleep disturbances. Despite this, for Black women, menopause doesn't have to be as intimidating as it seems. World in Black sat down with Liza Swidarski, an associate gynecologist at Mass General Brigham Division of Urban Health and clinical instructor at Harvard Medical School. With more than 20 years of experience, she explains the ins and outs of the menopausal experience. So they asked, what is the difference between perimenopause and menopause? Hey, sweet sis. It did start later today. I texted you. I had to text you. I forgot about the trick-or-treaters, and I got to make sure I don't go back on my word. So no, it wasn't you. I tried to keep sending alerts through Patreon. So her answer to what is the difference between perimenopause and menopause is that perimenopause is the time period before the actual final menstrual period. We're born with all these follicles or eggs that our body is going to make and ovulate once they meet with sperm. Then we conceive a pregnancy or embryo. So once we have exhausted our follicles, you have your final menstrual period because your menstrual period is really the byproduct of you not having a fertilized egg or pregnancy that month. The perimenopausal period is the time period before your very last menstrual period when you're considered menopausal. Is considered more of an early transitional phase where women start to not ovulate a follicle or egg. When you're menopausal, that means you had 12 consecutive months with no menstrual period, and that indicates that you're no longer ovulating follicles. What are common, well-known symptoms and lesser-known symptoms of menopause? The most common symptom and well-known symptom is hot flashes. Joint pain and trouble sleeping. There's been association with the menopausal transition and symptoms of depression, anxiety, and difficulty remembering things. Those are the most common in the early menopausal transition. And once we get later into menopause, women start to experience more severe effects of lack of estrogen, such as vaginal dryness, urinary frequency, vaginal discomfort, and pain with intercourse. When women go through menopause, they start to have an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, and bone loss. Probably one of the most common complaints women see me for as a gynecologist, besides hot flashes, is decreased sex drive and having more difficulty achieving orgasm, if they are able to orgasm. Burning with sex, pain with sex is not something very often talked about with women in their 40s. About the discomfort women start to experience when the estrogen level drops. Studies have shown that Black women are more likely to go through earlier menopause if they smoke. Stress levels can affect the hormonal mechanisms in the brain, and women may go into slightly earlier menopause, caring for a very diverse patient population. I don't necessarily see Black women coming in with more severe menopausal symptoms than white women. That could potentially be because Black women are less likely to come in and complain about hot flashes. I definitely think that's what it is, because I feel like we all doing them when we hit that stage. But yeah, the Black women are not always coming in because you're not always taken seriously. And the person answering is a gynecologist. It says the next question was, how is menopause experienced differently in Black women? With 20 years of clinical experience, to say how do Black women experience menopause versus white or Latina is all an individual experience. I do think I find Black women seem to have less hot flashes than white or Latina women, and that could be associated with weight. Women in general, whether Black, white, Latina, or any race, who are more full-figured, have more weight on them, seem to not have the hot flashes and the vaginal dryness and some of the severe menopausal symptoms that thinner women have. This seems to be an area that is helpful in the menopausal transition. I don't see as many Black women presenting with severe hot flashes as white and Latina women have. I'll check it out. I did not see that. I have. Tracy said, "Girl, I have hot flashes since cancer, and they suck." Yeah, I'm starting to get them. Then the question is, why is there a disconnect between the way Black women and non-Black women get medical treatment during this menopause transition? What I find as a Black woman myself and in Black communities, the topic of menopause somehow seems to be a little bit taboo. I think it's taboo really for all women. There's fear around it, fear of the unknown. I feel that there's not as much education in Black communities and enough conversation about the different phases of life and reproductive life and what to expect. So I find that Black women, when they're presenting for gynecologic care, are often not educated by their providers. Women often see their primary care physician first, or they have a gynecologist. I'm seeing the education piece across the board is missing. I see that particularly often in Black women and Latina women if they only speak Spanish, but it depends on their provider. When Black women present with menopausal symptoms, there just hasn't been a lot of education so that they have expectations about what their bodies are going to do. It seems like there's less discussion among women of color in their communities about these personal health matters. People are more guarded in general about sharing. Not only are they not receiving education from their providers, there's less dialogue within communities about it. Do you think because there is at times less education that this contributes to why Black women are less likely to complain about menopausal symptoms? It says Black women at large, we're a very resilient group. The trajectory of Black women in terms of moving into professional spaces and getting higher degrees has created resilience in a way that we push through things. I find that there's sometimes a disconnect between the emphasis on the life and caregiving of children, family members, parents, and the self. Many Black women with just the strength and resiliency that's required in life moving through stress and their work-life balance can sometimes ignore the symptoms in the body, or they just push through it. They push through it because that's what we've learned to do. So y'all, let me tell you right now, the one that I see right here, burning tongue. Now, I not my tongue, but I got a burning. My roof of my mouth sometimes feels like it's burning, and I did not till this day when I was looking up this stuff and looking at the TikToks, did not know that that could be a symptom of perimenopausal phase. Because I would always be like, I could be drinking something cold, and it feels like my roof of my mouth is on fire, and it only lasts for, it's painful, it could last for like 10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I think the longest has been an hour so far. I would have never associated that with possible perimenopausal symptoms. I thought I had did something real quick on accident to my mouth. But also there's tingling extremities, itchy skin, heart palpitations. That's another one. The heart palpitations is mine, and acne. If the body is speaking, you're having hot flashes or trouble sleeping, it's important to get to a space where the mind and body are connected as one. Knowing that I'm still the steward of my health care, I'm the boss of my body, I can get the information and make decisions. Okay. The doctor offered me depression medications to help with them, but I asked what else could I do because I'm not depressed and I didn't want to take them because I'm not. Okay. That's all I was taught and told. Buckle up and carry a fan. Yeah. Yeah. The little mini fan, right? Okay. And then I'm going to go over, does she do the symptoms? I have to, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link and then play these two TikToks. I think they might both talk about symptoms, but I'll drop the link now to just go ahead and get ready for that. There's not enough research done for menopausal women. There's not, Nikki. There's not at all. I would have, when I tell you my mouth, and it has done it, not even frequently enough of once a month, but I can't forget it because it hurts so bad when it happens. And that itch, did I have the itching inner ear? No, the heart palpitations is the other one for me. But here's this one right fast. I might have to mute it depending on what music she's playing. Okay, yeah, they're playing music. Okay. So what it said was, you're not crazy. It could be perimenopause. Metallic taste. That's one of them. Cold flashes. Not just hot flashes, cold flashes. Body odor. And you're like, where'd that come from? I know I showered. I know I'm clean. Crawling skin. Hey, D, do you want to keep your camera on? Okay, go ahead. There you go. Okay, I'll add you up. Just stay muted for just a second. The next one is depression, anxiety, irritability, ringing ears, palpitations. There's mine. Dry eyes, itchy ears, burning mouth. That's me, burning mouth. That hurts so much. Skin discoloration, excessive hair. I think we kind of know that one. Dry skin, hair loss, acne, saggy skin. Okay, and then let me go ahead and let D speak. D, you can unmute yourself. I'm gonna add your avatar, but you're up.
Can you hear me okay? Because I have my AirPods on.
I think I can. You sound okay.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad we're having this conversation. So I'm 59 years old. So I was just told last week, Friday, that I'm in full menopause, but of course I would be at my age.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but every single symptom that you mentioned, I have. And I feel a little dumb because I'm 59 years old and I still don't know anything about menopause. And I started in my late 40s trying to find a doctor that was in my age group that could help me. And
Mm-hmm.
we sat down to talk, and I told her my symptoms and the weight gain. I've always been a size 4 the majority of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So telling her about my weight gain, she's like, menopause doesn't cause weight gain. I left her and I never went back. I'm like, she's a question.
I'm glad.
So I'm glad we're having this conversation, and because I am on the older side of probably the rest of the tribe, I'm happy to answer any questions about like what I've gone through, and it doesn't stop. It's been a good 10 years now, and it's like, when does this end?
Wow. Well, D, you definitely can go ahead and name your other symptoms that you've been experiencing. I think most of us are like, sometimes we think we're going crazy because no one said it. And so, you, yes, please go through whatever you remember, any symptoms you remember, name them, please.
Sure, fine. So I guess I was fortunate in that I my perimenopause started late because I had a child at 45, my one and only child. I had at 45. So
Mm.
I was like proud of myself, but I felt like I tricked my body. But so after that, I think I had a regular period for about 2 years after I would stop breastfeeding, and then they became irregular, and then I kind of couldn't predict them. So you always need to be prepared and have like an extra pair of underwear with you, and
Yeah.
so like you don't get embarrassed.
Wow.
Um, Another thing that happened is my hair fell out. I never had long, thick hair, but I mean, when I say it fell out and it never grew back. Never
Wow.
grew back. I have a very short haircut, and it took me a couple years to be comfortable with that. As natural hairstyles became more popular, and the very short cuts for women, and women going bald, and things like that. So
Mm.
I developed some sort of alopecia, like my hair still doesn't grow evenly. So I just try to keep it cut as low as possible. And again, I went to see doctors about that, but no one could explain it. So I just like, forget it. So you do get a little frustrated. Um,
Okay.
I found that in trying to find the right healthcare provider, a lot of my practitioners were younger. They were not menopausal, so they're looking up in the guide, like trying to help me with menopause. They put me on some sort of beetroot extract to help with the hot flashes.
Mhm.
That did absolutely nothing
I was
for
just about to ask. I was going to ask you to help you.
I got Amazon. I can't remember the name of it. It didn't help me. And so sometimes I just kind of suffer through it. But fortunately for me, my hot flashes, I could have them for maybe a month, and they can go away for several months. I'll never know when they come back. The same thing with the night sweats. I haven't had them in a few months, not wood, but I do. I'll wake up cold and wet. I'm like, why am I so wet? It's like it.
Wow.
Um, it's crazy, and intimacy has changed. It's like from regular desire to like none, and all the things I said about I hate to be so graphic, but being dry and uncomfortable, all of
Hmm.
these things are 100% real. And in fact, the practitioner I just saw last week gave me information and told me to start looking at hormone replacement options.
Wow.
And I am concerned about that. I heard like what they were using years ago was giving women cancer, and I heard that doesn't happen anymore, and all of these things. So, but that is my next step. So once I make my appointment and start talking to someone about it and doing my own research, I'll be happy to come and talk about that again. But
Okay.
all of those symptoms are real, very real.
Oh, thank you, D. I appreciate you coming up. This is
Yep.
my D Herford, right? That's the right D.
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure I have the right D. I'm in my brain.
All
Thank you
right.
for coming up because you always in the chat. You gonna be there. I appreciate
I love you guys.
you as well. You too.
I'll drop down.
Okay, D. I appreciate you.
Of course. Bye bye.
Bye, D. Nikki said I'm 54, a myriad of symptoms, hip pain, hot flashes, all over body pain, thinning hair, breast pain. I think I felt the breast pain, Nikki. So for me, it's been that burning mouth sensation, all the roof of my mouth. I can't, oh, it's so hard to swallow once it starts happening. Um, the palpitations, the breast pain, and I have had every now and again, like I'm kind of like I could go months and not have it right now, but the hot flashes, I know what they feel like now. I do. I know what they feel like. And yeah, there's not enough research done. Tia P said dry eye. Probably. I have another one to show y'all. And then if anyone, the link is still down there. So if anyone does want to come up, you definitely can. And I'll just put it because I don't have the window open to pin the link right now. But oh, y'all are still okay. Yeah. Okay. So here's another one. Let's see. I'm gonna let this play. If y'all don't hear the song anymore for Replay Gang Gang, they made me mute it. They're gonna say copyright or something. Um, oh, look at the beauty. Okay, I was putting you up 41 Fit. Hold on. Hey sis.
Hey there, I'm going into another office. Give me a second.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play this TikTok.
All right.
Okay. Mama B said, I'm so blessed. I never went through menopause. I had my tubes tied after my last child and lost my cycle shortly after in my 30s. Wow. Mama B, let me know once we finish all the symptoms if you didn't experience, because some of these do not sound like menopause. That's what, you know what I mean? So, but I don't know if that's the thing. Like, if you get your tubes tied, are you just like more likely you're just not going to go through menopause? Like, that's a question I have as well. So here's one. It says, things I wish I would have known as a Black woman before menopause. It says I'm gonna have to read them to you. The average age of menopause is 49 for Black women. Perimenopause can last between 7 to 10 years. Perimenopause is the most symptomatic phase of menopause. Black women often have worse symptoms of perimenopause but are less likely to receive treatment. This is due to lack of open and honest conversations around the topic in our community. And it says, I want to change that. Okay, let me check in with Sweet Sis before I play another video. Are you in your office?
I am in the one of the conference rooms. Hello, trending. Hello, chat. How are you?
Good.
I am good. No complaints over here. I am so thankful for this discussion. As of course, a Black woman who is, I believe, so I'm 45 currently,
Mhm.
and I truly believe that I started my perimenopausal journey probably when I turned 41,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is fairly on the early side. But when I checked with both sides of my family, they both started early.
Okay.
I haven't had children. Well, I had my last child 16 years ago, so that might be a part of it as well. That my ovaries like, well, I guess we ain't we ain't birthing no more kids. Some of my symptoms, well, first of all, I do take HRT. I am on hormone replacement. For me, and it's not for everyone, it is most certainly a choice. It was
Mhm.
life changing,
Oh,
like night and day. I currently, now, of course, listen, we in a safe space. So I also take, mine is a low dosage.
Okay.
But I also have a an IUD. So I have Mirena. So that gives me hormones as well through
Hmm.
the IUD. And then I also am on the hormone replacement, which allows me to do a low dosage.
Okay.
Um, the reason why I believe it started when I was 41 is because of the mood swings. For me, it was the mood swings, um, joint pain, just out of nowhere, like tenderness in my breast, almost like when I was nursing. That's how like tender my breasts were. Um, Cold flashes. I rarely get hot flashes. I get cold flashes, and it hits me like as if a body of water is splashing me in the face.
I never heard of cold flashes. I mean, I know you caught a shiver, but cold flashes, like I feel like it's more than just catching that ooh, a little shiver. I've
Oh
never.
my goodness. It's like a wave. Like imagine um in the Northeast is pretty humid, even in the Mid Atlantic, right? It's pretty humid, and even in the cold, when it's cold outside, it's it's almost like a cold humidity that hits you. It is the most insane thing that I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh, crazy.
Even during the summertime, I have my heater on.
Wow.
Menopause it affects your brain. For those that have a attention deficit disorder or even ADHD,
Hmm.
it'll be like it'll trigger it on another level as well. Folks that may be taking medication for ADD or ADHD may have to up their dosages because of the memory loss.
Hmm.
Some believe that they might be dealing with some sort of dementia. It's like, it's when I tell you it, estrogen is so essential to us as women that when that imbalance happens, that it just triggers so many different places in your body, from your bones to your brain to how we're wired. So that being said, I ain't trying to hog it. I'm just thankful that you're having this discussion because we as Black women don't have it much.
Yeah.
What I've experienced is, especially with male providers, a
Mhm.
lot of them question it. I've seen a lot of them deny. As a matter of fact, because I'm a military spouse, one
Mhm.
of them tried to deny it, and I had to tell him, no, no, no. No, we need to refill this because I moved from one location to another. When I say to them, hey, I experience vaginal dryness, I need this, I need they have estrogen cream, like topical.
Mhm.
And there's other things that they can prescribe. They won't do it. They'll make you go through a gamut of testing
Wow.
to make sure that you do not have BRCA1 and 2 genes, which is fine. I get that part because they're like Dee said, there's been a lot of studies, old studies I might add, maybe about a good 30 years old, stating that women should not take HRT because it may increase breast cancer and so forth and so on.
Mhm.
But a lot of the male providers and some women providers as well are still working with old knowledge, and they refuse to update their medical knowledge regarding menopause. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I have, sis.
Thank you. Thank you. All of this is important, and y'all can feel free to share some things that you might suspect might be perimenopause in the chat if you don't want to come up, because it's just all because I feel like y'all are confirming some things that we have felt. Like look at TD Love, the cold feeling. She thought it was just her. Like yeah, cold flashes apparently are a thing, just like hot flashes. That's crazy. So yeah, share away and thank you, sweet sis. And of course, you can stay up if you want to. You already know. I'm gonna play a TikTok. And then Yvonne, I see you. I'm gonna play this TikTok and I'm gonna put you up here, Yvonne. Okay, so this is Gabrielle Union. Hopefully they don't make me take this down, but she's on the Drew Barrymore show.
Your mom about it? Yeah, well, my mom, yeah. So I was like at like about 37. I was like, huh, something's going, something doesn't feel right. And my mom was like, I don't know. And so I went to the doctor, and they were like, you're technically in perimenopause. I didn't have like any of these symptoms. I just something was just felt a little off. And it wasn't until like mid 40s, I was like, Mom, you have to give me something. And she was like, okay. She's like, yeah, my hair fell out in chunks. She's like, all of this. She's like, you can't leave the house without you got to do a swoop. You got to just check that there's not like the Billy Goat Gruff, having grown overnight. All of these things, it's like no one talks about it. And they'd rather just say that you're crazy or you're bitter or you're a bee. And you're like, I'm a human being and something is going on. And we need to all be very cognizant about that and compassionate with ourselves.
Be compassionate with yourself. Yes. Okay. I'm letting you up, Yvonne. Do you want to stay on camera? You can. I don't mind. I can't hear you. You guys nod or shake your head. No, you don't want to be on camera. Or yes, you want to be on camera. No. Okay. Tap the camera icon. Keep your mic on, but tap the camera. There you go. I'm adding you up now. Hey, Yvonne.
Hi, Trendy. Hi, sweetheart, my little niece.
Hey.
And everybody, how's everybody in the chat? Yes, I went through menopause at the age of 35.
Ooh.
And it was lucky that I had all my 5 kids, because if I would have waited any longer, I wouldn't have had any kids. But I didn't know I didn't know what I was going through. I was at my job cursing out my boss, my people. I told my manager to come in the middle of the street. I thought I was going crazy.
Wow.
So I went to the doctor, and I was like, something wrong with me. And he said, you go through menopause. I say, I'm only 35. And he said, so you can go through it at 25.
Mm.
But I didn't take anything. I went through a cold spot. I mean, yes, I got the hot flashes all in my head, but I went through it without taking anything, because they told me if I would have took that estrogen or whatever, that I might grow hair in the places I didn't want.
Okay.
But I thought, yes, but I called my mother and I told her, and my mother said, you just like me. I went through it at 35. I mean, I still got all my body parts and everything, but I had thought about it, and I was like, man, just think if I would have waited, for me to have my children, I probably would have had kids. But that's all I had to say.
Okay. Well, I thank you. Thank you for coming up here. We need y'all's input. We need y'all. I think I started, now that I understand some of the symptoms, I think mine started about 37. I think, based on these symptoms they keep naming.
Yes, because like I said, I started getting hot. Like I say, I was mean, and I'm not a mean person. I'm a caring person. I was like, what's wrong? That's what made me go to the doctor. I'm like, I'm trying to fight my boss. And yes, and and I started having migraines.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was the worst. Those 3-day migraines.
Okay.
But yes, because I didn't have a minister. I had one little spot on me towards my menstrual, and after that, I didn't have anything. I mean, I was glad because of that. Now that I was glad, I was like, oh Lord, I ain't got to worry about that anymore. But other than that, yes, other than that, it took 10 years to go off. Now they do say 10 years. It took 10 years for me to get cleared of it. So now, I mean, at the age of 66, hey, I'm fine.
Okay. Hey, there's a light somewhere at the end of this tunnel.
Yes, yes. I mean, the light was I didn't have no administration, because I hated that.
Mm,
But I thank you for letting me up.
of course.
First time coming up on your platform.
Yes, congratulations. Yes, come up again.
Thank you, niece. I call you my niece. You are so inspiring.
Thank you. Well, before you drop down, I want to tell you this. A lot of ways I'm able to show up is because how y'all show up for me. So I reciprocate the thank yous, and I don't just say it to say it. There's so much I wouldn't have confidence doing if I didn't get that encouragement from y'all. So I do thank you as well.
Yeah, because that's me too. I'm not a good speaker because I stutter. I used to stutter real bad, so I used to be quiet. But when I do speak, and people say, "I wish you still stuttered," because I'm crazy.
Yes.
But
Well,
thank you guys.
okay. Thank you. Bye for now.
All righty.
I want to say with these mood swings, 41 fit. I was just talking to my trainer about the irritability part, and for some reason, I thought irritability was only when you're angry, but I wasn't thinking about tearing up at random. Um, that's my. I think if I have an irritability symptom, mine is more of the tearing up and getting you know, because she was like, yeah, that actually could be irritability too. It's not just about being annoyed or upset. Like it could hit you in that. I'm like, oh, then I might have irritability issues too. Tia P said my hot flashes started as a tingling sensation in my head, then went through my whole body. Yep, that's me. The heat from my ears made me feel like a cartoon character blowing steam. Woo! I think I gotta ask Mr. Trenton, did my face turn red when I was getting the hot flashes? I tried to make him look at me when he was in the room and I caught one. I don't miss my period at all. I'm 38 and for the last 2 years I've had the cold flashes and night sweats. Woo! Thank you, sweet sis. Hey Mimi, I'm 46 and I'm currently going through menopause. It's something else. I hear. I'm seeing. Look, I'm feeling it. I can't even say I hear it. I'm feeling it. And just so y'all know, I am level 40 as of this year. I hit level 40 in case you're wondering my current age. Hey, DG. TP said, I don't miss my period at all, other than 2 years after my surgery for endometriosis. They were always super, super painful. Ooh, I feel you. I had to get on birth control because of my cycles. Okay, Nikki, I see you. Do you want to be on camera or you want to hold on, nod yes, you want to stay on camera or okay, cool. Let me play this quick. All these TikToks are super quick. I'm gonna play this TikTok and then Nikki, you are up. Let me see here. Okay, this one says top 12 shocking perimenopause symptoms. Sleep disorders, number 1. Number 2, restless leg syndrome. Number 3, always thirsty, dry mouth. Number 4, always tired. Number 5, body aches and pains. I saw joint pains in here, all over aches in here. I saw that in the thing. Number 6, hand hurts at night, carpal tunnel syndrome. Number 7, bloating. Number 8, blurred vision. Number 9, hot feet, specifically hot feet. Number 10, frozen shoulder. Did I have a? I want to know what a frozen shoulder feels like because that sounds real familiar. Number 10, burping. The hot flashes. And number 12, dry and wrinkly hands. All right, Nikki, I'm bringing you up.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, hi, Cindy. I've been watching your commentary on like.
Wait, Nikki. Wait.
Yes.
Your earbuds or you might have your lock rubbing against your mic. Is your mic okay?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep, you might have to just be careful because every time it rubs, it's gonna make a loud knocking sound. But I can hear you.
Okay. I've been watching watching your commentary like on Loving Man Huntsville and other things. You're really an inspiration. I love to see young Black women doing the things you're doing. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Nikki.
Um, I had a hysterectomy at 42. I had been having problems for years with fibroids. I had a procedure where I had 8 fibroids removed that grew back. I was like, you know what? Let's just take all this out because I've had enough.
Mm.
Did that, and maybe about 3 years after I had the hysterectomy, I started having hot flashes. I would get them in the back of my neck. It was just in my neck. It would go up my head.
Oh,
It would happen at work. It would happen at night. It was awful. And then that stopped. And then I started having the body pain. I could be sitting in a sitting position, get up, and I felt like I was going to break. My whole body hurt. It was awful. Just a mirage of things. So here in the last 2 weeks, actually, I decided to start low dose hormones
Okay.
because I was starting to have breast pain again. That had stopped. I started taking evening primrose oil for that, which really helped,
Mm-hmm.
but it started coming back. So my gynecologist, she's a older, well, she's actually my age, white woman, so she understands exactly what is happening. Suggested that, and I'm just going to see how it goes because I'm a little fearful of it myself. Just all the things you've heard about taking hormones.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she even advised me about that when I'm starting taking it. But the thinning hair, I've got locks. I just only had them for 2 years,
Yeah.
and the parts started getting wider. I'm like, what is happening? Oh
Wow.
my god, my hair is coming out, and I got locks. What am I going to do?
Oh,
What am I going to do? But it's they don't. There's so much research that needs to be done. It's not enough.
yeah.
We women go through so much, and then when we get to this point in our lives and no one knows anything, it's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair. You're
Not.
having all these symptoms and people are trying to tell you it's something else.
I never opened my mouth to even say about my burning mouth syndrome because I would have not connected to perimenopause, and I just was like, I don't know what I did, but it hurt.
Right. That's the first time I've heard that one. But that last video that you showed that showed the frozen shoulder, I'm experiencing that. The carpal tunnel pain, experiencing that right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm just falling apart. This getting old or going through this is for the birds. It's trash.
I
I have to laugh about it, but it's just all the things you're like, it's too many things to be going on that no one can talk to you or help you get through it.
yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. But I do thank y'all because I really literally feel like y'all are also helping to demystify the things because it's like these are people I actually either at least online connect with and thank
Right.
you for naming something like thank you for saying this out loud.
What I didn't realize when I had left hip pain just out of nowhere. I did some research and our bodies don't produce enough collagen.
Mm,
That's what causes the hip pain, the joint pain. But shouldn't somebody tell you that? Then maybe you need to start taking a supplement then. So that's what I started doing. And that helped tremendously with the body aches and the joint pain once I started taking a collagen supplement in a shake. But no one tells you that,
okay.
you
Okay.
know.
Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. This won't be our last conversation. I hate that I'm rushing this one. I gotta fulfill my commitment for the trick or treaters tonight. Um,
Okay.
start. So this could be a part one. I'm gonna tell y'all now. Uh, DG, you'll be my last person on the panel today. But I will tell y'all we're also gonna go ahead and talk about some fibroids. We'll go ahead and talk about that too.
Yeah. Yeah. I had that. That was real bad for me.
Yeah.
Prompted me. That's
Hey,
what prompted me to.
Trending.
Yeah.
Hey, DG.
Hey,
Well,
hey, Tiffy.
Bye. I'm going to
My,
see you later. I'm going to get off. Thank you.
okay.
thank you so much, Nikki.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Oh, that I thought that was Tiffy.
Oh
So
no.
my story was very similar. I had fibroids. I didn't know I had fibroids until they got so big that I had to have a hysterectomy. And initially, they were just going to do it laparoscopically and just remove the fibroids. But when I went in for the surgery, and I was at 43. When they went in for the surgery, they were so large that he decided that he needed to remove my uterus. And because we had previously discussed that, I had to go in for a second surgery some months later. But doing that puts you into menopause. And so even though normally I would have had a cycle because I had no uterus, it cuts all of that off. So one of the side effects of one of the shots that they gave me caused night sweats and hot flashes. But after about a year or two, they kind of went away. Well, now I'm 54 and they are back with a vengeance. And I'm assuming that because my ovaries are still intact, that this would be the normal time that I would have started going into menopause. So, and my sisters have the same feeling, the same symptoms, and she's only a year younger than me, and she's in, I guess, what, the perimenopausal phase. So, but yeah, all of those symptoms, I had probably 8 or 9 of them. And so, and some of them also are symptoms of other things. So the only thing I would advise is that we do need to talk about it with each other and with the women in our family. The older women who've experienced it can kind of help guide us, but for some reason, like you said, it's a taboo subject. And the younger women, so that they know what to expect as they grow older and reach these milestone ages where these things happen. But that's all I really wanted to say.
Okay, well, I thank you, DG. Thank you for your input. You already know. Thank you for your other guidance outside of this.
No problem. We waiting on the LSAT scores.
Yes.
We'll give you a year. We'll give you a year.
Okay. Okay. Give me.
and, and that's just the first step, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, DG.
No pressure. No pressure.
Right. No pressure. 41 fist enemy stuff. No pressure.
Okay, but thank you for letting me come up, and I'm gonna drop down too.
Okay. Thank you, DG.
Okay.
Bye. D, thank you so much for the super chat. D said, "Thank you, Trendon. I love how we can get together to support Mel, but have built a supportive community." Yes, that's what it feels like, and I feel like that's how you know it's a healthy space. You know what I mean? We're not here to be toxic towards each other. It is to build upon a foundation that we connected on, and then it's like, oh, guess what else we have in common of our interests? Let's talk about this too. Let's incorporate it. Let's like we're dynamic. We can do more than one thing, and I definitely appreciate that because y'all are the reflection of the trajectory of my channel. So therefore, we definitely have built a community to support Melody that, again, I think people get it misconstrued. She didn't ask for it. She's blessed with it. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't control us. She doesn't. So we just see right for right and wrong for wrong. And some people will still disagree. And I just stay in my own space because I'm not a debater. I don't want to debate. I want to present some things and then I can log off and I'm good. I don't want to waste I don't know. Like I can tell sometimes people they don't want to see eye to eye, or their experience is shaped a different way, and we just gonna have to stay over there, and I'll stay over here. But beyond being a millimeter, because I identify as a millimeter. I'm a Melody supporter. I just see this group of women of they wanted Black excellence and they followed where Black excellence went. So they followed and magnetized to Melody because that's Black excellence. And then because y'all in yourselves are Black excellence and what you're doing in your career fields or what you did do, and now you're retired, but you're still, to me, in some ways, you're giving back to a community of younger, not just women, but men too. Because look, we got Don in here, we got Jay in here, we got Diego. You know what I mean? So like it's y'all really do give back because I didn't even see people do YouTube panels until Chit Chat, Queen Sheba. De Silva. I didn't see this YouTube panel thing. And I was like, oh, y'all come up and y'all really chilling and talking and connecting and challenging each other mentally to, and suggesting these cool things. It's like, oh, I never thought about that. So yes, I love this supportive community that most of y'all started, because of Love and Marriage Huntsville with me. And you also, are just here to support each other. And it's really cool. So I thank you again, D, for the super chat is what I was trying to say. Black Cohosh supplements help with hot flashes. Thank you, DG. Mama B said there are 11 essential oils that can help: thyme, clary sage, lavender, bandwidth, peppermint, geranium, basil, vitex, Roman chamomile, and is it ylang ylang? How do they say it? Lang lang? I've seen that word. I think I always say it wrong. But let me pop this trunk for D. And I thank you again, D. And I'm going to go get myself ready for these trick-or-treaters. We will come back. D has to let us know how she's feeling after a few weeks or however long they tell you to give to see how you react to the hormone replacement therapy. So then we can do a follow-up to this, and everybody's experience is individual, so she's just going to tell us her individual experience. I would love to do that. And then we will also talk about fibroids. Let's plan on talking about fibroids. Okay, y'all, let me pop this trunk. I thank you for your company and your time. Bye.
All right, we going. What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.